there, I'm Kass and it's Kass and Gab Tutorials, episode 2.
Hi, I'm Gab, and here we explain and demonstrate Java topics in detail just for you. Our topic for this episode will be Java abstract classes and methods.
So by the end of this episode, we can define what are abstract classes and methods, why we need to use it, and how we use it in coding.
And later on, we will show you a demo on how we code Java abstract classes and methods to provide you with clear understanding on today's topic. And same as with our previous episode, we'll be using Java Eclipse and having the demo. Now, let's start our session for today. In creating Java classes, there's a process of hiding certain details and just showing the essential attributes of the object from the user.
That process is what we call abstraction, and to accomplish it, we use abstract classes and methods.
There are situations where we can consider using abstract classes and methods. For example, when you want to share code among several closely related classes.
When you expect that class as extends your abstract class have many common methods or fields, or require access modifiers other than public such as protected and private.
And when you want to declare a non-static or non-final fields, this will allow you to access and modify the state of the object to which they belong. Well, to put this into perspective, let's say we have a class animal. That is a method sound. And the subclasses of it like dog, horse, lion, cat, and etc. Since the animal sound differs from one to the other, there's no point to implement this method in the parent class.
That is because every child must override this method to give its own implementation details, like the lion class will say roar and the dog class will say woof in this method.
So that being said, the good choice would be making the method sound into abstract, and by making it abstract, we force all the subclasses to implement this method. And also, we need not to give any implementations in this method in the parent class.
And since the animal class has an abstract method, which is the sound, you must need to declare this class abstract. Now, every animal must have a sound. By making this method abstract, we made it compulsory to the child class to give the implementation details to this method.
And now, let's proceed to the coding. What we already have here is a regular class and method. We have a public class named abstraction. And now, we can start it by making an abstract class, and let's name it students.
We use the keyword abstract to identify the class as it is an abstract class, and same as with the abstract method.
Let's add a method to this class. We can have it study. And another thing is that an abstract class can declare one or more abstract method, and at the same time, it can accommodate both an abstract method and a regular or a concrete method.
When compared to a normal class cannot have an abstract method.
Now going back to the code, we can make this method study print out a word. Let's put system.out print line online learning, just like that.
So we are going to create an object so that we can try to use this abstract class. So I'm putting student s equals new student. Okay, and we'll have it under the main method. So we can still use the abstract class just like any other class by putting s.study.
So what that line does is it calls the method study, located under the abstract class student that we created.
Now guys, you may think that this code is done, but there would be an error if we run this one.
When we run this code, Java will show an error. It is because the object student that we created cannot be instantiated, since we never implemented an inheritance between the main method to the abstract class that we created.
So what we'll do now is we create a class and let's call it Xavier. And let this one extends to the abstract class. Extends to the abstract class. Student, to be specific. So the keyword extends here implies that the class Xavier is an extension of the class students. So it means that Xavier already has what the students comes with.
Now this method can be used through this class Xavier. Now let's change the student with Xavier and S with X. Now this will call the method study through the class Xavier. We're done with the abstract class, and now let's proceed to the abstract method.
Abstract method is basically a method, but it isn't implemented yet, since implemented means we place a code inside the method.
In creating an abstract method, there are particular rules to follow. The first one is that an abstract method don't have a body. They just have method signature.
Second, if you have a class that has an abstract method, the class that you have should be declared abstract. The vice versa is not true, which means an abstract class doesn't need to have an abstract method compulsory.
If a regular class extends an abstract class, then the class must have to implement all the abstract methods of abstract method class, or it has to be declared abstract as well.
So these rules are significant rules to follow in creating an abstract method, and these are just some of the rules that exist over the internet.
What we will do now is we add a method here in the abstract class, and let's put public in the keyword abstract, and let's call it programming. Now we have here the abstract method, but we haven't yet assigned what this method will do. Now, when we call it, it doesn't know what it will do. Since the classes Xavier and student are inherited, we don't have to put the implementations in the abstract class itself.
Because we are doing abstraction and as much as possible we are hiding all the implementations. So by placing only the abstract method in the abstract class, we are only showing less from the whole function of that particular method.
Okay, so we're going to put public void programming, and system that out that print line CSCC20. And now if we do x that study here, and also x the programming, it will display online learning CSSC20.
So these lines x.study and x.programming will call the method study and the abstract method programming. Both lines call this method through the class Xavier, which is also an extension of the abstract class student.
The program we created is showing the key functions of abstraction using abstract classes and methods. It basically conceals the implementation of the abstract class by simply placing it inside another class so as to show only the method which is not final.
We chose to exemplify this code aside from the fact that it shows the process, but it also is a basic code and is easy to understand.
And that's it for today. We'll see you in the next episode.
If you have questions, leave a comment down below, and if you learn and understand our lesson, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hope to see you soon. Bye!
Bye!